Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another shit show, yet one more. Here I found test. Would you be able to identify these misogynist behaviors? Believe it or not, but the micro-misogynisms are everywhere. Are you free of them? Terrifying, I am sure. In a moment like the present, in which women are claiming for their own space of equality in all the public spheres, it is possible that many of the behaviors that we have assimilated and assumed will not pass the filter because they are generalized. We repeat them because of custom or simply because we are not aware. Here we propose a fun test so that you can find out if you are free of the so-called micro-misogynisms. Very well, let's take the test. Would you be able to identify these misogynist behaviors? Participar ahora. 31st of December, you play Antena 3 and let me explain. The 31st of December, New Year, in Spain, every TV channel has this program in which a couple of people, a man and a woman, they sort of talk about how good last year was and how good the next year is going to be, and they're there while the year changes, and we eat 12 grapes, one for each dong of the bell when the year ends. So these two are the ones in Antena 3, which is one of the biggest TVs. This woman here is called Cristina Pedroche. You know how many schools, most schools, you have like the official hottie, like the girl who is supposed to be the hot one, and everyone has to recognize she's the hot one. And she doesn't need to be particularly hot, but everyone has to believe that she is, or else you are gay. Well, in Spain we've got a national hottie, which is this one, who I particularly do not find hot at all, but she's supposed to be the most wonderful thing ever to exist. And every year she does this program in Antena 3 and she wears whatever that is. Each year it's a bit different, but basically she is naked on TV. That's all. So, 31st of December, you play Antena 3 and Cristina Pedroche is very beautiful, is looking very beautiful. She does what she wants and how she wants. Ole, she, like, very well. Or Cristina Pedroche should get herself under control, but she is trying to get a career as a presenter and she must take advantage of it. Or three, next to Cristina Pedroche, there should also be a handsome and strong young man, half naked. Why not? Well, I do not care. This is a normie thing, this New Year's thing. This is not something that I care about. But I do think that she knows, I know, and everyone knows why she is doing this. She's doing this because they pay her to do it because it brings more people to the program. It brings the people who want to see a naked woman, and it brings the people who care about this sort of thing. So I'm going to click on this one because it is the one that most approximates what I think. Siguiente pregunta. You walk on the street and they give you a compliment, or you see how a girl is given a compliment. One, well, this is something that me or she takes as a compliment, it's good. Two, I turn around to tell them that they are shameless, or I understand that the girl is annoyed, or I do not believe it's wrong, but let them not say anything to me, my daughter, or my family. Well, who cares? I don't care. I'm walking on the street, a guy says something to I do not have a daughter, but anyone from my family, and I do not really care if the attitude is being in a harassing way, the guy is following the girl around or something. That would be a problem, but I do not care. I myself wouldn't scream anything at a girl on the street. It's not polite. I don't have to start any conversation with anyone that they don't ask for. But why? Also, I like the photo. How this are. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here there are nine dudes and one girl, and they are all like clapping and looking at her. I like this sort of photo that they chose. Well, I don't agree with any of the three. That's what I'm seeing in this test, and none of the three are decent. But I don't think it's wrong particularly. Do you think that prostitution should be legalized? Yes, sex is a business like any other, and it would prevent a submerged economy. No, always where there is prostitution, there is submission and people smuggling behind it. And three, whoever wants to consume it can consume it. We are in a free country, and I am a liberal. Yes, anyone who wants to consume it can consume it. As it is indeed a crime to enslave people, it is already a crime. I think that whoever can do whatever they want. As long as nobody is getting harmed, the government and the law has nothing to say. So this. What do you think about girls entering for free in a nightclub? Bad. Are we not all equal? Why aren't we paying equally? Good. They drink less than us, and that way more women can enter. For me, better. That way I pay less. Well, it's not going to be that because I am not a woman, but I do think it's bad. It's bad for two reasons. Why? First, I do not think that it is fair for women to not pay in nightclubs because I have to pay. Why don't they? And second, I think that they should be the first to say, no, I want to pay because let me give you a little secret, ladies, señoritas. If you do not pay, it means that you're the product. If they are letting you in without paying, it means that they are getting more money from having you in. So pay. Demand to pay. Have some dignity. So, mal. I think it's bad. When you stay at home with your sons, I do not have any offspring. Oh well. Most It's the most normal thing. My woman also has a right to have her free time. I like how this is already assuming that I am a man, but oh well. Two, I assume that I am staying as a babysitter. There's no problem. Sometimes it is always good to stay with my children. Three, I enjoy it like nobody else. I notice there's no option to say I don't like it. This is a woman's work, but that is not my opinion. I think that it's quite normal for one of the parents to stay at home while the other goes to do something. I do not see any problem. The women with their period, ooh, we're getting into dangerous territory. Better to stay away. What a character. Two, I do not tend to make reference to it to justify anything. Three, usually I blame the period for her change of humor. Well, depends on the woman. Woman that I know, I can decide. I know many women who do not change their humor at all during their period, and many women who do. And sometimes it's them who tell you, hey, I may be acting erratically because of this. So it depends. Who am I talking to? Who am I interacting with? Mm? So what should I say here? Better to stay away? No, it's people who if I know what their behavior is like during their periods, it means that they are people who I am close with. So I'm not going to just say, okay, I'll talk to you in a week when it's finished. That's not what I'm going to do. And I mean, I don't usually just tell them, you've got your period, don't you? You're acting bad because you've got your period, because that's just rude. If I'm having an argument with a person, I'm not going to say it's because you've got your period. It's rude. I'm going to try to reason with them. So I'm gonna click this, but I'm not happy with it. With the chores at home, I help. I try to help all that I can. We do things equally. Funny how, again, there is no option to say that is women's work. Which makes me think, are they still going to call me a misogynist even though I choose one of these that is not, that is women's work? Having said that, I currently live alone, not for long, but I currently live alone, so I do everything that has to be done. If I lived with people, let's say I live with one woman, it depends. Do I have a job? Does she have a job? Do we both have a job? What kind of jobs are they? Who is better at it? I mean, if I am shit at ironing and I'm going to burn the clothes, I'm going to, okay, you do the ironing and I do something else. But I do think that if everything is allowing for it, the logical thing is to divide it equally because that's the logical thing, isn't it? You have to change a baby's diapers, and there is only a changer in the women's bathroom. It is normal that there is only one changer. There will always be a woman to change it. I can ask someone, some woman. I go into the women's bathroom to change the diaper, and I complain to the owner. My partner changes it, and everything is more simple. Well, that's that's an interesting question. There are indeed usually only in the women's bathroom the baby changers, and I think that is probably something that should change because a man can find himself with a baby who just shit itself, and they have a problem because a man going into the women's bathroom, it's a big no-no, especially in the day that we live, and all men are rapists and so on. So it is better for it to be in both bathrooms. However, if I am there with my partner and I see that there's only a baby changer in the women's bathroom, I'll say, okay, partner, it is also your baby. We have both the same responsibility here, and you're the only one who can go in there, so you do it. No problem. So I'm going to click that, even though I do not have a partner at the moment, nor a baby, nor will I for a while. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm a feminist. I'm a feminist. Many thanks for participating. Feminist. In this society, there is a long way to walk still for women to be equally considered as men. But like this, and with people like you, we are going in the good way. Curious. Curious because they didn't really give me any misogynist options to choose. They didn't let me say in most places that's women's work. They didn't. They only let me say the sort of thing that feminists should say. I mean, some of those would be misogynist according to radical feminists, some of those would not. But what if I wanted to say, no, I am not going to do the house chores, that is women's work? Make me a sandwich. I didn't get that option. It's funny. And also, I would like to know what would I have to have clicked in order to get you're a misogynist, or maybe there's not such an option. Maybe it's impossible to get the you're a misogynist option. Maybe it was possible and they took it off because somebody complained. However, no, Diario ABC. No, I am not a feminist. I I don't. I'm not. I consider myself a liberal, a guy who believes in inequality, and I do not like the term feminist because it, from the very beginning, it has the word feminine in it and not equality. So no, I do not consider myself a feminist. Thank you for not insulting me, but I do think that this was meant to give me this solution, was it? And you didn't really ask me any serious questions. You only asked me about silly things, such as there are no baby diaper changers in men's bathrooms. That's just silly. Oh well.